Hi guys, good afternoon or good evening or good morning depending on where you're at in the world watching this right now. This is Raj H from the my Wi-Fi lifestyle blog, and man, as usual, my videos, at least for the next foreseeable future, a lot of them will be right after I work out, so I do apologize for the sweat and the nastiness and all that, but I find it's the best time for me. It's when the blood's really flowing, you know, I can really kind of get some creative thoughts out, you know. Today I'm gonna I got an appointment. I'm meeting some people from Czechoslovakia who I met on a online couch surfing site. So they've never been to India, and so you know it's gonna be exciting. Plus I'm part Czech, so I mean my last name is Hudek, which comes from a Czech word that means fiddler. I guess my family, you know, from my dad's side, they were fiddlers back in the day. It probably explains why I loved the violin so much growing up, and never even realized why until I did some research. But anyways, it's going to be fun to meet people. I just love meeting new people, don't you? It's always so exciting, you know. You get different perspectives and opinions about life, and it's just really cool, man. I just love that, you know, because I mean, as much as I love the way I think, I can never believe that, you know, everything I know and what I believe can evolve and can't grow and become something different and more enlightened, you know, as you move on in life. So it's always fun to meet people. I think people are a big part of that growth process. So anyways, let me get on this. I gotta make this quick because I gotta go take a shower, shave, and then go meet them, and I'm already running late. So today I'm going to give you guys some another marketing technique for those of you watching who are in online marketing, affiliate marketing, network marketing, whatever your niche may be. I wanted to get with you and give you some quick a tip. I wanted to share something a little bit more deeper today, but I don't have the time, and it's going to take me at least 20 minutes, so today I'm going to make this short. There are a ton of methods that you can use right now. I don't know what you're using, but right now I'm going to go through a paid method that works really, really well. Basically, I don't know how many of you on here have tried solo ads. Solo ads, basically, it's where you send out a solo advertisement in the form of an email to your list, usually, and it's, you know, you format it out, and you know, you make your own, you fill it with whatever content you want, and then you keep your links inside of it. And usually those solo ads work best when they're sent out to I mean, you're going to probably send out solo ads once you have your list compiled. But to build a list, you need to use other people's lists, and that's something that is known as O.P.L., other people's lists. So you can use other people's lists right now if you're just getting started, especially, and you can just, you know, you just find somebody who's already got a big list of subscribers to their, you know, to their newsletter or to their, you know, e-zine. E-zine is like an electronic magazine. This is called an e-zine. You know, they've already got a ton of subscribers, and not all of these, you know, and they will, well, anyways, let me finish the thought. So, and they will, you know, for a fee, they will take your ad and they'll send it out maybe once, or for, depending on, everyone has their different pricing plans. Sometimes they'll send out one for like a smaller amount, or they'll send out 5 ads, you pay a little bit more, and they'll send out 5 different times. And then, you know, there's the thing, and things like that. Now, a couple of pointers. And I will come back with another video giving you a list. I don't have the time right now, where I'll share my screen and show you a list of the things that you need to be aware of. But right now, just on the face of it, I'm going to show you how to do this for free. I mean, how to find these people for free, as opposed to using a shortcut service. In my next video, I will tell you about a shortcut service you can use if you're willing to pay for that. But it's well worth the money. But for right now. And I'm using that service, and so I can attest to that. So anyways, but right now, if you want to do it for free, basically what you're going to need to do is go to Google, Bing, Yahoo, whatever it is, and put in e-zine article solo ad or e-zine newsletter solo ad, and then you need to go through and research the first 5 pages at least, not just the first page, not the second page. For those of you out there who are used to, and trust me, I relate to you, because I was this kind of person, that are used to just finding the first three search results, and then just going through those, and then you never look any further down than that. When you're doing research for things like, especially for things like this, but with anything that you do research with, really you need to get past the first page and the second page and the third page. It's something that even I struggle with, because and I'll be honest with you, right now I'm up to the point where I can get down to the bottom of the search page on the first page. On the first page I can get to the bottom. Clicking to the second page is, it takes up, I mean, I really have to be looking for something like a solo ad, like trying to find a solo ad, the hard way, like I'm trying to teach you to do. I say the hard way, meaning to say that there's a shortcut where you can pay money, and there's a person who's been, there's people who have a service where they've compiled lists for the last 10 or 15 years of people who have e-zine articles and newsletters, and who have their own lists, and these people have verified with those those newsletters and stuff, and make sure, and they know their they know their address, their location, what kind of articles they have. They can give you a full description, and you already have all of that at your fingertips. You don't no need to go search. You can read about what the article is about, what the newsletter is about, what the what the syndication is about, what the publication is about, and then you can decide where you want to advertise. And a lot of times the good sites will have ratings to show you someone who's used it before you says, yeah man, I got great traffic using this person or whatever. So I mean, that's what I mean when I say this is the harder way. It is a little harder way, but it's more gratifying when it works. So and plus you always got to start somewhere. So what you need to do is go through the first 5 pages after typing in e-zine article solo ad or e-zine newsletter solo ad, and then just go through, and when you find something that you like, click on it. And you need to find the owner of the publication, and they should have a phone number. They should have a way for you to contact them. You need to contact them and ask them quite a few questions. I can't give you all the questions right now, but first of all, you need to ask them, how many people do you have on your list? What exactly is what kind of newsletter, what kind of publication is it, what is it about? If you're doing something, for example, like in my niche, I'm doing online marketing tech. I do online and network marketing training. That's the kind of products we sell. So I would want to reach out to people who have lists, with people concerned with that field. Whereas, maybe if you're doing something in health products, you want to go with a person who has e-zine articles on health products, or e-zine newsletters, or newsletters on health products. They have a list of people subscribing to them for that reason. So then you can send your solo out to their list of people who are already interested in that, who are already interested in, the health products, and they've already subscribed to that newsletter. So they are willing to accept emails from the owner of that publication that you are actually sending through that owner, and they just take it because they subscribed and they trust that person, and so whatever you send, they're going to look at it. So that's what it is. So you need to find out what it is the publication is about. Is it in the same niche as what you're trying to promote? You need to find out how many other ads. Like, you need to explain to him the type of ad you want to place, and then how many other types of people have had ads with this, maybe the same company or similar companies that have placed with you and had success. What is your open rate? Your open rate is like how often do people actually open the newsletters that you send, or click through on a newsletter that you send? If you have a link in the newsletter, in the email, how often do they, or in the newsletter? I mean, you get the newsletter through email. So how often do they click a link in there? What's the open rate? How often do they open? See, and that's so which brings me to another key point. You need to ask them, how often do they send mail out to their list? If they're sending mails out every day, they're going to have a really low open rate, because people who get bombarded from a newsletter that they subscribe to, like on a daily basis, they get tired of opening those. They almost become blind to them. They just either automatically delete them, or they don't open them, or they say, okay, I'll look at it later, and then they might pile up that whole, like 5 or 6 of those emails and never even look at it. And if some of you ever subscribe to a newsletter, you probably know what I'm talking about. So you want to find out, if he sends them out, well, if the person sends out to their list like an email like once a week, that's probably the best. Like once a week or maybe twice a week max, that's the best. You want to find out all those kind of questions, and there's a heck of a lot more questions to ask. You need to ask if they're double opt-in, instead of a single opt-in. And now what's the difference here? Now, single opt-in was what you'd want to have for your landing page. You want to have a single opt-in so that anybody can put their email in and then go to your, then go onto your website, or to your product, or to your, through your sales funnel. But with something like this on a solo ad, you want to double opt-in, which means that, double opt-in means, for example, when you subscribe to a newsletter, then it'll say, okay, we've sent it. Let's say you go to like for example, Travel Network. That's Travel Network or something, or the Food Network. Sorry, the Travel Channel or FoodNetwork.com. And then you want to subscribe to their healthy food letter. which I just recently did. That's why I'm using that example. And so then then you put your email in and your name, and then they said, okay, we've sent email to your we sent a verification to your email. Can you go open it and verify? So then you get that verification, or you get the email from the the Food Network. You go through, open it, click on that thing, and then then it's verified that you really are a real person who has put a real address in, and you went and verified. Where sometimes people will, for different various reasons, will use fake emails and use use a program that goes and signs them up into all these different whatever it might be, newsletters or whatever, for different purposes, like to do mass marketing spam purposes, really. And so then and if you have a single opt-in, you can't be there's no way to verify. I mean, you don't get verified. So that's why they do the double opt-in, so that people who are using fake emails or who are trying to spam, they can't, they won't verify because it's not a real person doing it. It's either a computer or software program or something like that, or it's a fake email, or an email that person never uses. They're just using it to get in. But then if they can't go and verify it, then they're not going to be on the newsletter. So this way, these people, you need to ask the person who owns the publication, do your members, is it a single opt-in or double opt-in? Double opt-in, it's verified. It means that they're verified users. They went and physically said that they do want to be a part of this and verify that they did. So it's an actual person interested in that person's newsletter and the things that they have to advertise. So that is some of the questions. Those are the basic things that you need to ask. Do your research. I'm telling you, they're not, solo ads are a little expensive, but they're not too bad, really. And the write-ups and stuff, you can find examples of how to do write-ups for solo ads in case you don't know. Just Google it, or Bing it. There's a ton of stuff, and maybe later on in one of these other future videos I will give you some ideas and maybe even walk you through how to make a solo ad. But for right now, that's one of your best bets right there, is to start with a solo ad. They're not too utterly expensive. You can get most ones for between $100 and $200. I mean, make sure you research though. Don't just pick the first one that sounds good. If it says it's $60 in solo ad, that's great. But then you need to look at how many subscribers they have. What's the and ask all these other questions. How successful have other people been using your using the same type of ad and with your list, so on and so forth. Just because it's a lower price doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be good, and just because it's a higher price doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be good either. You really need to do your research, and and be prepared to lose money. And be prepared to lose money in this game. It's a hit and miss. You gotta walk before you run. And sometimes you can't know how to walk until you stumble a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? So don't feel bad if you lose a couple of bucks here, a couple hundred, because in the long run, for those of you that are in this for in it to win it and in for the long haul, it's gonna pay off. In 20, 30, maybe 1,000 times more. If you lose that money now, it's fine, because you'll be looking back at this a year or two from now and laugh at the fact that you were mad about losing $120 or $200 or something for the first solo ad you did that didn't work out. But but that could be avoided if you do some research. So just do your research. Good luck with the solo ads. If you want to get some detailed stuff from my mentors where I learned this stuff, and a lot more traffic techniques like this, a ton, and I'm talking about in detail, shared screen. He'll show you step by step how to do a lot of this stuff. Go ahead and click at the bottom. It's always at the bottom down there, and it'll take you through. Put your email in, and just so that is a single opt-in, so you don't have to verify. But yeah, I'm shameless, but I don't feel I'm shameless, because as I always say, I'm not ashamed of trying to help people. People say, well, yeah, you're trying to get me to buy something. Yeah, well, I'm trying to get you to buy something that's going to help your life. That's going to give you a different life. I bought it, and I'm not mad at the person who signed me in. As a matter of fact, I'm grateful for that person. Without him, I don't know what I'd be doing right now. I don't know which direction I'd be heading in right now. There's a chance that I could really live like some of the people that when we go to the beach and we see them, like in the nice cars and the fancy yachts. I might have that lifestyle very shortly. Who knows? It's very possible. As a matter of fact, I believe that I will have something very similar to that. That's my goal. So anyways, and why should I feel ashamed for sharing that with you? So it's a single opt-in. Go in, then you'll meet my mentor, and he'll give you instructions on what to do from there. And if you do, like always, I haven't said this much, but I'm going to start saying it. Any of you who do and go in and do the same training that I'm doing, by clicking on my link, you're going to get to call. You're going to have my phone number, my email. You can get a hold of me. I'm not going to ignore you. I'm going to do whatever it takes, whether I have to do a Google Hangout with if 2 or 3 people sign up. We'll do a Google Hangout together, and we'll talk this stuff out. We'll make a game plan. You'll be on my team, and we'll work this out, man. And we'll do it together. I'm telling you, together there's power in numbers. You know what I'm saying? So we can rock this thing out. So, and I'll get on the phone with you. We'll make a 90-day game plan for you and everything. We'll work this out, man. And I will guide you as much as possible. I'm still learning, but everything I learn I share. So I mean, if I'm doing it now for free, just imagine if you get on my team, what I'll do. I'll go out of my way. I mean, as much as I possibly can, I'll go out of my way, because if you do good, then we all do good. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta help you do good, because at the end of the day, it's not just about me, it's about everybody. I would love everyone in life to have, to know about a different type of lifestyle other than the one they live, where they're miserable and they're not happy and they can't have the things they want and they can't even pay off their own debts, and they're always stressed out about money. And I mean, I wish I could tell everyone about it, but it's not the way, and some people are just not ready for it right now. They're not ready to listen. But those of you who are watching, I bet you are ready to listen. I bet you are ready to make a step. So if you are, get in there, click below. Let's get on top of these solo ads, all right? And thanks for listening, man. I really appreciate it. Good luck with those solo ads, and I'll come back tomorrow with some more stuff. If I have time, I might even try to do something tonight. All right, you guys take care. Have a great day. Raj H out.